In this lesson, we're going to start off by just having a bit of an overview of the screen that you're going to be working with. So let's head over to Google Data Studio. So you can see in the middle part here is our canvas. This is going to be where we're going to create our report. And we're going to add different visualizations and graphs here later on in this course. You'll also see that we can give this a name. So I already did this. You can do it too. So I've named my report my first report. We also have a traditional menu system that you can go through. So you'll see that a lot of these functions may look familiar, things that you're used to working with. You also find that a lot of times the functions that you are going to work with are actually easily available through these different controls here. So let's see what we've got underneath here. So we've got the ability to add multiple pages. We'll use that feature later on when we'll build our report. You have a traditional undo and redo function. Also, you can add different data. So we've added our Smartrek data source from the connector link, but for everything else, such as data coming from a Google Sheet or data from a partner connector, you can actually add the data source from within your report here. Typically, you'll want to have more than one data source in a single report anyway. You can also go to resources, and there you will see that we've got a manage and edit data source option. Actually, it's manage added data sources. So you can click on that, and that should take you back to your data source. So whenever you need to, you can just go back in here and make any edits or changes to the data source that you're working with. And so let's close this. We don't need to make any changes at the moment. You're going to see that the user interface is really intuitive, really easy to move around. And the main way that we're going to be adding data into our report is through the charts. So you can see that we've got different tables, we've got scorecards, time series, different graphs, pie charts, and also maps. We won't be going through all of these charts today. So we'll be mainly using scorecards, tables, and the line chart graphs. You also get different controls that can be added into your reports. So you have a drop-down list. You can add input boxes or advanced sliders. We've also got a great date range control that can be added to the report, and it will control what data will be displayed in the report. Also, you have the data control, same thing, but it's going to control which data is going to be shown on the report. Very handy. You'll see that you can also insert images and text boxes and various shapes. And finally, you can also change the theme and layout. So currently we've got our theme layout, and you can select different types of things. So if you wanted a darker background, for example, then you could pick this theme here. Or if you prefer the color scheme, or you want to make it match with your company colors, then just go ahead and pick a theme that matches your company theme. Or you can also customize yours. For now, we'll just be using the default theme. There's another option here, and it's the layout. And you're going to see that you can change things about your view. So currently what we're going to do is we're going to edit on this canvas. And then if we want to view this, then we'll click on the view button here. We've also got a button for sharing our report. So this works pretty much the same as most Google products, where you can share to other users with editing or viewing permissions. You also have other things in here. So you can have an email coming out of this, and the report can be emailed to people. So some nice functions. Can also refresh your data here and make a copy of your report. So about refreshing data, we'll certainly cover this topic later on. For now, all we need to know is that there is a caching mechanism that ensures that we don't fetch data too often. But in some cases, we'll want to force the report to fetch fresh new data anyway. So we'll cover that later. So we were talking about layout. We can go into view mode. Back to edit mode, and you can change how you want to display things and how big your canvas is here. All right, so we've seen a lot of features in here, but before we start adding our first element to our report, let's go over a key concept of Data Studio, and that is the field types. So basically the difference between dimensions, metrics, parameters, and calculated fields.